Wow.
Take a deep breath. Yeah, that was great.
Compliments for you. As clients came in and they saw how miserable I was, they kept referring me to you.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm like, he's already my doctor. I just need him to open on Monday.
Go ahead and have a seat. I'll be right back. So tell me how you felt a week ago, right? What you just told me right when you woke up.
When I woke up, I felt like somebody was pushing the back of my head, and I couldn't pull it up. I couldn't tilt it back at all. I was in this position.
And like we said, you didn't have 0 degrees of movement going backwards. You have negative because you're moving forward, and you couldn't even move it from there.
Right.
Which has gotten a little better since then.
Right.
Right. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. So.
Do I need to turn sideways?
Why don't you have a seat right here, just so it's a little bit flatter part of the table.
Okay.
And you're going to extend your neck back as far as you can. Yeah, so just in me palpating and working that area and examining it, you got another 10 degrees.
Okay.
So that's a good sign. It was at 40 degrees, less than half of your normal range of motion. I would say now it's about a good 50 degrees. It's past the halfway marker, so we're getting there.
Okay.
And then let's reassess this guy here. So we're getting numbness here. Does it go here?
Yes, all the way.
And it's swollen.
Yeah, see how there's wrinkles deep here, and there's not there.
And
Here.
that's not how we want to de-wrinkle.
Right.
Not with a nerve injury. There's got to be better ways. So go ahead and squeeze here together. No. Can you do it at all?
Yeah,
No.
I'm trying.
Okay. So normal. I'm not messing with that. Here. So, and then extend your neck back as far as you can. And hold that.
Okay.
No, nothing. It doesn't get worse, but it doesn't get better at all. When you go back, what does it feel like?
Again, it kind of feels like a whiplash.
Like you've had whiplash.
I've had whiplash. I've been in a bad car accident.
Swollen muscles, like it's been sprained.
Right, but it's whiplash from behind. And then there's a lot of pressure, less pressure now, but on the occipital and then down. So if you're looking at me from behind, it's like from the occipital and it goes like this, is where I feel a lot of pressure.
Both sides evenly.
I don't know.
And it's like a furnace in here. Someone lit a fire. You're like a volcano just all throughout. And I feel, so the biggest area of misalignment is right up high in here, but then all the tissue damage right there. Okay. Yeah. And it gets even worse. Okay. So it's almost like lava pouring down your back, and it's forcing your head forward. That part's gotten a little better. When you extend your head back, what does the pain intensity get up to? Scale of 1 to 10?
I would say it's more of an uncomfortableness, but I would say like a 7. It's just really swollen. It's not like sharp shooting pains.
I'm with you. But still a 7.
Yeah.
Okay, remember that.
Okay.
This is what we would call squeeze here. You could stimulate life in that muscle, but it won't be strong enough to load bear, okay, bear any load. So that means it's about barely a 3 out of 5 on the strength scale. I'm gonna look for any other neurological weaknesses here. So push, and if anything hurts, let me know too. So push up here, resist. Okay, that one you get like a 4.5. Push up here. There's your 5. So you don't even have to think about that. This one, it looks like you're concentrating, right? So push up here. No, like all this energy. So that's more like a 4. So that's C5 as well. I'm gonna look for any elbow disturbance because they did give you an ulnar diagnosis, ulnar nerve lesion diagnosis on the left.
I definitely feel it
all
running
the way
up
through.
to like the funny bone.
Got it. Hold my hand. I'm gonna try to do a little arm wrestle here from the elbow. So hold. Okay, and that doesn't hold, and you feel some kind of icky clicks while we do that, right? Do the same thing here, and you're just rock solid. So what I want to do now is extend your elbow and do the same thing. See how it got stronger? What that tells me is we're engaging these forearm muscles from the elbow more when we do this. That tells me that we're not compressing the nerve at all from the elbow. It's actually coming from the wrist. So we're gonna call this a double crush syndrome. From the nerve here in the neck, which it didn't affect it, but go ahead and bend your neck forward and squeeze here. And that 3.5 out of 5 turns into like a 4.5 out of 5. Did you feel the difference there? Okay. Let me check your grip strength too. Squeeze. That one's fine. Let me check your triceps. Push down here.
Push that way?
Yeah. Okay. So 7 out of 10 in neck extension. When you bring your head forward, almost naturally your body was trying to push you forward like this.
Yeah.
When you bring it forward, that nerve will actually get stronger down in the fingers. Isn't that kind of cool though? Your body was saying, no, protect that nerve, and it pushed you there. It wasn't cool with all the pain, but it was your body naturally
cool,
adapting
kinda.
to it. So all the swelling in here is going to make it a little tougher to us to get pressure off that nerve.
Okay.
Even so, we should be able to improve those mechanics immediately. So let's get into it.
Okay,
You ready?
so, yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and go face down here.
Okay.
And we're going to do one other tonal test here. I'm going to push on 6 points. It will be subtle, or maybe it won't. It'll be extreme, but there will be a difference. One will be more sensitive. Let me know which one. There's 1
No. Okay.
or 2.
1.
Got it. 3
Nope.
or 4.
Nope.
5 or 6.
6.
1
Yeah, super sore.
or 6.
1.
Got it. And is this more tender than this area?
No, the second one.
Got it. So that tells us that the primary zone of dysfunction is actually way at the base of her neck. Although she does have alignment issues all the way up at the top of her neck. That's where I feel it the most, Maya. But all the swelling and all the heat and all the dysfunction, this is the area that you feel it the most.
Yeah.
Okay. And because of that, there's a ton of compensation right about here. How does that feel?
It feels okay, but when I'm up walking around, I can feel the pressure.
You can feel that area? It feels like pressure?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is a really nasty little spot in here, and we're just going to ease in slow to it because of all the swelling and all the restricted movement. I just want you to take a deep breath and let it go. Beautiful. Take a deep breath and let it go. Deep breath and let it go. Good. Nice. With all the swelling in there, I give that an A minus. That was great. You did really, not an A plus, because it didn't sound like, you know, big explosion in there, but we got just enough movement that the body would allow us. Take another deep breath. So that segment right in there, T1, and relax. Now they call that segment chiropractors no man's land because it's a very difficult area to move properly. Okay, so far so good. Let's lie on your back, please.
Okay.
How'd that feel? We doing okay?
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
surviving?
Yeah, anything to make it better.
Yeah, anything pretty much any movement here will make an improvement. We're gonna get in there deep. Let your head drop in my hands right there. Good. Beautiful.
Wow.
Take a deep breath. Yeah, that was great. That was an A+. And with that adjustment and that breathing, you knocked it out of the park. That was great. That was a home run. Okay, and I just want to get some gentle wiggles in here.
Okay.
Just because of all the swelling. We literally got to wring you out like a wet towel.
That's
I'm
what I
sorry
was
to say.
envisioning.
Yeah. What, come in here again, wring out like a wet towel, or it just feels like a wet towel?
No, when you're saying that, I was envisioning a wet towel.
So we're gonna get some pretty intense traction on this neck now, okay? I mean, you're just clobbering on that, and we saw on the x-ray, and that spine is here in the last 5 years, since I took an x-ray of your neck 5 years ago.
I gave up soda.
Okay, well, yay. It's good for the bone health. Obviously it did not help the joint health too much, but okay, just right there. So you're gonna feel a nice traction and impulse. There it goes. Good. Oh yeah, we're getting all kinds of good wiggle in there. That's awesome. And you don't feel like a furnace anymore. You feel like you're cooling off. Now it's just
good.
from that red magma, volcanic magma, or whatever they call it, to lava to magma. Which one? The magma is like the cooler, darker one. Yeah. Lisa, no.
You know how when something happens to you, you start Googling?
Oh gosh, yes.
Yeah, I was looking up meningitis and.
Well, you remember the questions I asked you when you first came in.
Right.
We had to rule some stuff out. Okay, now you are gonna sit up and you're gonna get a little lightheaded because that was a ton of movement in there.
Okay.
That lightheadedness is a good thing.
Okay.
Come down a little bit further.
Okay.
Let's just hang out here for a sec. Let's just take a couple deep breaths.
Make sure I
okay?
don't pass out.
Nothing like that. No, just receive the change. It's a big change. So we're gonna go like this. Like deep breath, inhale, extend your chest up and extend your neck back, and exhale. And bring your chin down and let your back just kind of droop. Okay, let's do that 5 more times. And the more you do that, and this is not a stretch, we're just trying to pump those discs and joints, allow the muscles to adapt to that new mechanical improvement.
Oh, I can tell a difference.
Just keep going. Don't try to measure, just try to receive right now. We'll measure when the body's ready. Interlace your fingers behind your neck. And just relax the shoulders. Can we do that? And lie down. There you go. Good. How'd that feel?
Really good.
Yeah, that was delicious. That was a good one. Okay, a couple more deep breaths again. Just now really try to feel it going all the way down. Remember how that neck was starting to throw off the low back? Let's just now just keep it moving forward and backwards. Now we get the stimulation all the way from the brain to the fingers, the brain to the toes. Okay, doing good?
Yeah.
Feeling the flow?
Yeah.
Okay, so test number 1, I just want to see if we're getting that nerve back into shape, getting this neck plugged in better to this finger.
Okay.
Okay. It's whiter, it's not red, so that's changing. Squeeze here. You get a 4 now. That was a 4. I could feel it getting stronger. You can do it now, but it's not locking, and that's that's maybe a 4.5 actually. The more, if you bring your neck down, I don't think it's gonna get any stronger. No, so now with the strength that we had to get with your neck down, that's just as strong in the same position, so awesome. Now, with this bent, so we didn't do anything to the wrist locally. Let's just see if this got stronger. So remember we call that double crush syndrome, the nerve here and affecting the nerve down here. So hold on to my hand, let's see if that strengthens. No, and I would give that didn't affect it at all. So go ahead and lean back a little bit for me. So that dysfunction of the neck is now creating biomechanical errors in the wrist. Okay, come on back towards me. Let's see if that strengthens it up. Hold.
A little bit, I guess.
A little bit, yeah. We got some things to figure out there. Let's just focus on the neck, make sure we got the foundation solid, but that will come back there. Okay. Extend your neck back as far as you can.
Okay.
You get that angle. And bring it back. So describe the number, scale of 1 to 10.
As far as pain?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say any pain, just less pressure.
Yeah, do the pressure scale then. Like when you were a 7 out of 10, the pressure and discomfort.
Probably like a 3.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
bad. And that was really swollen. So to go from a 7 to a 3 with all that swelling, that's a big win. Let me check one other thing with your nervous system. Go ahead and go face down.
Okay.
And this one's kind of fun. So if we got it right,
Oh, sure.
this trigger point, well, fun for both of us, I promise. Okay, remember that really sensitive trigger point?
Mm-hmm.
Is that better or is that the same?
Oh, yeah, way better.
Yeah, you didn't notice that, did
It's
you?
not sore.
Yeah, okay, come on down. That means we're ready to go home and heal. The body's nice and balanced.
Okay.
You just gotta stay moving. You gotta flush that swelling out because the swelling makes the tissue so big. There's only, even if we get everything moving right and aligned right, it still leaves very
So
little space
ice.
for the nerves. Ice
Okay.
and gentle
And
movement
walking.
because you gotta flush it out too.
Okay.
Yeah, and remember your neck is not healed. It's just mechanically more sound now.
Okay.
And so because of that, now you need some time and we'll see how your body responds to that. So you check it back and we'll see how it's looking then, okay?
When should I check that?
A couple days.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll see what it's looking like then, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Very
Yeah,
cool.
I feel better. That's huge.
That was dynamite.
Oh my gosh.